another guy that's returned to another team. Chris Paul is returning to the Los Angeles Clippers. He played for the Clippers for like, I think 5 years or 6 years for them. You know, one
Six.
of the 6 years for the Clippers, one of the best Clippers players ever. You know, they said this is going to be his last year in the NBA. And, you know, he wanted to go back home to where his family is. And I have no problem with that. But what is your reaction to Chris Paul returning to the Los Angeles Clippers?
Hey man, like I said, the Clippers have been my dark horse team last year. They're gonna be my dark horse team again. Chris Paul going there, I think that was a good move for them because now you got a point guard to run that second unit, and then if you want, you could put him at the closing lineup. Could be him, James, Brad, Kawhi, and then Zubac, or or if you want to go real small ball, John Collins. Um, so I like it. I like it. Chris Paul is a great leader. Every team he goes to, he makes them better. I think him going to the Clippers, he's going to bring that leadership and make sure. So on top of that, since this is his last year, he's going to make sure everybody's on the same page. He's going to make sure everybody knows their roles. Everybody does what they need to do. And like we know, Chris Paul's a second coach out there. So I think it's gonna be really good for the Clippers. I think him going there was a really good move for them.
Do you so? Because I was thinking, I was like, Chris Paul is a better point guard than Chris Dunn, but is Chris
Hmm.
Paul right now better than Chris Dunn? Because I
I'll
don't
say
think
he's
so.
more impactful. I think he's more impactful than Chris Dunn.
Even though Chris Dunn brings the defense, he brings that
Yeah,
defense.
but Chris Paul is a leader. He's a leader. We can't say every team that Chris Dunn's been to, he's made
Chris
them
Paul,
better.
Chris Paul.
No,
Oh,
I'm
Chris
saying,
Dunn.
yeah, Chris Dunn. Yeah, we every team that he's been on, we can't say he made them better. We could say that about Chris Paul. Even with the Spurs, if Wemby didn't get hurt, the Spurs would have been better than what they were. But Wemby got
Well,
hurt, so that changed a lot.
technically, they improved their win total. I think this past year, anyway. And Chris Paul played all 82 games.
So you know what I'm saying. So I think that Chris Paul is a more impactful player than Chris Dunn right now for sure.
Because like they're an old team, like they're just old.
Yeah,
But
Francisco just said it.
bro, talking about the average age is 45. That's crazy. James Harden, Bradley Beal, Kawhi, John Collins, Zubats. And then you have, I'm honestly would bring Chris Dunn first. Then I think Bogdanovich. Then I think Derrick
Mm.
Jones Jr. And I think Brook Lopez. I think that's like your solidified 9-man rotation. I think I agree with that. Because I do feel like at least James Harden, Bradley Beal, or Kawhi are always gonna be on the court at all times at this. So you have somebody that can handle the ball to at least somewhat make it easier than a Chris Paul. And then it was a report that said Chris Paul probably knows he won't play a lot this year, but I think he's just there for the vibes. This is last year in the NBA. Just wanted to be at home, and I have no problem with it. I think it's cool that he's going back there, and this is his last opportunity to win a ring. This is it.
If anything, G, I can see Ty Lue trying to save him. If he doesn't play a lot, I see that only because Ty Lue is trying to save him for the playoffs. Because he knows he's gonna need Chris Paul in the playoffs. Um, but yeah, it's a good move for them. It's a good move for them.
No more excuses. I know that. I
Yeah,
know
no, for
that.
sure.
No
The on,
excuses.
the only thing that's gonna stop them now is literally health. Because like you said, like Francisco said, the average age is 45, bro. So they all up in age. So if Kawhi goes down, or if Brad goes down, or if Chris Paul goes down, or James Harden, or any one of those older guys go down, it can fuck up the whole thing. It can mess up the whole
I,
thing.
if Kawhi goes down, it's a wrap. They ain't winning
Yeah.
nothing. They ain't winning nothing. But Kawhi Leonard is one of the. He's a superstar that gets no slack, bro. He doesn't get no slack whatsoever. They don't crucify Kawhi. I don't know if it's because he don't be talking, but they don't crucify him at all. Bro, they still crucifying LeBron at 41. And Kawhi don't get nothing, bro. Like, Kawhi Leonard, I keep seeing people say that Kawhi Leonard played like, they say you don't think he played bad. They just don't think he played like to his standards. But when I looked at the stats wise, I think Kawhi Leonard and overall, I think he played pretty decent. I don't think he played great in that series against the Nuggets, but I think he played decent. But they crucified him. They crucified James Harden, rightfully so. But they don't crucify Kawhi Leonard for some apparent reason. They only crucified James Harden. And there's no more excuses. You basically got an old super team. If we being honest, this is an old super team. Like y'all got everybody. Y'all got the honestly, bro. If you go down 1 through like 11, y'all probably got the best.
They stacked.
They stacked. Like, bro, Bogard, Chris Paul, Chris Dunn, Nicholas Batum, Derrick Jones Jr., Brook Lopez. That's your bench. That's your bench. And no more excuses, bro. They have to at least. The Clippers have to at least get to Western Conference Finals. If they can get to Western Conference Finals, if they win, hooray. If they lose, but if it's a competitive series, like if they lose, it's like 6 competitive or 7 competitive, I'll say that's a successful season. I give them that. It's a successful season. But man, y'all got to make that Western Conference Finals. Because a lot of people had y'all being
Western
different.
Conference a bust.
Because a lot of people had y'all a lot of people had them beating Denver. They lost. It is what it is. But now with this team, y'all gotta win. No more excuses for Kawhi. No more excuses. Hey, I saw that they trying to save their money to go get Giannis in 27.
The Clippers?
Yes. They trying to go get Giannis. I don't know if they can get him, but just with the Clippers in total, man, this is a really good move for Chris Paul. I like it. Like I said, I think the Clippers are offseason winner. They are definitely winners of like the offseason. They have made moves to improve their team. I like what they're doing. They just got to show me now, man. But until James Harden prove me otherwise, I'm gonna say he gonna still choke. Now, if he don't choke, you can come up here, you can say everything. You can be like, I told you so. I told you James Harden wasn't gonna choke. I see it to believe it. I gotta see it to believe it. Now you believe it, that's on you, brother. That's on you, brother. But I think I don't know. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen James Harden choke, and he just has. But Clippers, man. So with the Chris Paul edition, where do you put them now? In the West,
I think they top 4 in the West. If everyone can stay healthy, I definitely think they're top 4 in the West. I still got OKC in there. Houston's in there. And then I'll probably put Denver in there and then them. And that's not in any order. That's just those are the top 4 teams I think are in the West. They definitely top 4 teams.
If it was the Clippers and it was the first round, who would you rather face, Houston or Denver?
Denver. I'd rather face Denver because we seen what it looked like last year. Zubac did a really good job on Jokic. Although Michael Porter Jr. played, and they got Cam Johnson now. I think that the Clippers have enough depth, enough defense to combat all that. And then now you got Brad Beal, who can replace who's better than Norman Powell. So I think if I had to choose, I would say the Nuggets.
If I was Nuggets or Rockets, is it crazy to say the Rockets? Because it's like, who else can I trust on that team? Because if we figure that the Clippers have like at least a better offense this year, who else on that team outside of Kevin Durant could go band for band?
I mean, Fred ain't no superstar or nothing like that, but Fred can go get you some buckets. If a man takes that next step with his jump shot, yeah, but outside of KD, that's really your scoring threat right there, KD.
If we got James, Bradley, Kawhi, we got Kevin Durant. That means offensively, man, we gotta pray. Like you said, a man takes the next step offensively. Sengun probably takes a leap offensively. Fred is good, but it's like we hope he could take a leap. Not a leap, but like just a better offensive player. Because I mean, he showed it in the playoffs against the Warriors, but it's like, can he go band for band with, like, say, James Harden? Because Kawhi and KD, they kind of cancel each other out, but can he go band for band with a James Harden or Bradley Beal? Can he go band for band for one of them? Can a man go band for band with any of them? I don't know. I
I
really
mean,
don't
locking
know.
one of them up. He locking one of them up. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey,
I don't know who.
when they show them clips with him like against Steph Curry, he had Steph in hell. I ain't gonna lie. He had Steph in
And
hell.
it's easier to guard Bradley Beal and James Harden and stuff.
Hey man, but the Clippers, I would put them fourth. I would put OKC one. You got to give them their credit. You got to give them respect. I honestly think they're probably not better than Rockets. I think they're like that tier, but I wouldn't put them over there in the Nuggets. The Nuggets because they got the best player. Like they just got the best player in the world, and
Mm-hmm.
I just wouldn't put them over them. But shout out to the Clippers. They've been making moves.